Today we've got the Auzai 15.6 inch expandable, portable, lightweight monitor. No, it does require some power, but we'll try it with a smartphone. A smartphone, a laptop can often power it. And then otherwise, if you're running this on a Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox, or Retro Pi, Raspberry Pi in this case, easily with low power input, it runs great. So let's go ahead and check this one out. So let's have a look. We have the Auzai 15.6 inch portable USB Type-C or mini HDMI portable monitor, external display. A lot of people don't like me to call it portable because technically you need to power it on with a lot of stuff. So you do get a screen protector, and I already unwrapped it. It does come with a warranty, 1 year manufacturer warranty. I already checked out the instructions. Right off the bat, I've reviewed about 4 or 5 of these now on my channel. This one is not touchscreen. Touchscreen is harder to find. That's a very specific feature. And this is about 250 on the brightness scale, cm. This is a glare style. So you're gonna notice, you can see my light. See how my light reflects on it? But this is actually gonna look really good in the correct lighting. But in the daylight, you might wanna look at some anti-glare style covers. The logo on here is looking really nice. The case itself is kind of this carbon fiber type of magnetic case. You do get a mini HDMI to USB Type-C's OST menu. If you scroll it up or down, it changes brightness and volume without having to go into the menu per se. Headphone jack, dust cloth, which you're gonna need on this type of display, but it's gonna look good as well. You have your USB Type-C to USB-A. This is for your power, your wall socket, okay? Most wall sockets use a USB Type-A to USB Type-C. Then you have a mini HDMI to full-size HDMI. You're gonna need this because a lot of devices still use a full-size HDMI. USB Type-C to USB Type-C it's a good USB Type-C cable too. It looks like a nicely made as far as the connectors and the metal they used. A lot of people cheap out here. I think they're not getting the thickest part. They're just taking the screen, which you can see there's a big step here. So that's a little false advertising there. Like you need to get the biggest piece here. So I went ahead and remeasured it. It's closer to 3/8 of an inch. Especially with the case on. I guess that is a nice thing with this, is that the case is totally detachable. It does not have VESA mounts. Some of these do have VESA screw holes. You do not get that. The brightness at 250 is very standard for these types of models. It's not super bright, it's not super dim cheap either. Got some rubber grommets here. The speakers are down the bottom. Okay, so the speakers, the dual speakers are here. Can you see that? 1 speaker, 2 speaker, rubber feet 1, rubber feet 2. And then it's got, a little very, very slim bezel on it. This bezel, this whole kind of encasing is aluminum, and it's extremely light. Okay. So I guess I got it set up there. You got there, or you can go like that. See my phone here. This is not a touchscreen, but you can control your phone, and it is working well. Samsung DeX is available. So I boot up a Samsung DeX. Cool. And it's running just fine. Most of these will run DeX just fine. The only thing is it will turn off as you go up to the brightness. So we're gonna go over here to brightness. And we're at 30, 31, 32, 33. That's why it's so dim, in case you're wondering. 55. It's gonna crash probably around 70. About 75. It's like, hey dude, that's too much power grabbing from my phone. Now your device, depending on what device is drawing the power from, might last longer. But we can run it at 50, no problem. Reconstruction project and some laptop photos. This is my other build I was working on. And looks good, right? Just plugged in the power here on the right. So we have dedicated power. It'll take a multitude of power wall adapters and we'll adapt to whichever one, but let's go ahead and go up our brightness now. All right, brightness 100, looking really good, right? All right, it's my retaining wall. It fell down, or it didn't fall down, but there was a tree here that pushed it out, so we had to dig all this up, put a new wall in. All right, next up, we have our Raspberry Pi. So I don't have a Nintendo Switch or a PlayStation. I mean, you can hook this up to a laptop computer, game on that, have an auxiliary monitor. You can bring your Nintendo Switch or your PlayStation and definitely run it off this as well. I'm just going to be using my Raspberry Pi. So I'll show you, Tony Hawk Pro Skater with the lights off. We'll also let's try something. Might as well do some Super Nintendo. Let's try what we got. Zombies Ain't My Neighbors. There we go. That's a good game. So we got volume and brightness should be both at 100. Volume at 100. And brightness at 100. So not too bright, not too, the brightness is fine, it's great. I really dig it. It's what the speakers coming down the bottom is definitely not my favorite thing. There's usually a monster in here, but not today. Get the hell out of here. Okay, running really good. There we go.
So here it is, my phone playing YouTube videos, and it doesn't actually fill the whole screen because my phone, the resolution's not the same, but as far as HD-ness, it looks really great. This is all stock settings, and it looks great. Like I said, if you want to use this monitor to extend your laptop or your Pi or your phone, it works great.
So there you have it. The Auzai 15.6 inch IPS portable display, USB Type-C, 2 of those ports, auxiliary port or for aux port, and mini HDMI. Magnetic case, does come with a screen protector, and it's up there with all the other ones as far as good true colors. We didn't really go through the settings, but all these monitors have the same kind of settings. Eco mode, change the contrast, change the brightness. It has different color settings you could change, color temperatures. Audio, we showed you the speakers. It does have HDR, but don't get too excited. It's not like a really high, HDR. The menu system itself is very crisp and very easy to see, and it's quite responsive actually compared to some of the other ones I've laid my hands on. But with all that said, it's a really nice, solid monitor. I definitely put it on your list. Remember when you're shopping around to look at brightness, look at is it touchscreen or not? Is the screen anti-glare or glare? Anti-glare is not necessarily better. It just depends on what kind of lighting situation you're going to be in more often. This one is definitely one of the lightest and thinnest I've seen on the market, and the price is right in that nice sweet spot that you see a lot of these. So that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.